welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Jake.
Keysha.
Hey!
I know y'all heard that switch up. We do got a guest today.
We got Keysha Ramos Aviles in the house. All things.
Oh, well.
Yes. Shopkaypr. That's the business.
It's Shop Guy, but yeah.
Shop
You can
Guy.
say- Yeah.
Okay, Shop Guy. We gotta get our Puerto Rican lingo going. You know what I mean? It's Shop KPR. That's for white people.
I use both because my nickname is K, but I wanted to change it up for my page, so I went like Kai. It sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds more elegant. It's a little better that way. This is like a little woman empowerment, woman entrepreneur. I feel like we have all these entrepreneurs on and stuff like that, but I don't feel like we have enough females representing and stuff like that. Kay has been a follower and a supporter for a long time. Keysha is one of the homies from middle school and stuff. Like, we've known her for a long time. It's actually really cool, full circle moment to kind of get her onto the podcast finally.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think it's been like 11 years since I've been in Florida, since I've been here in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
11 or a long time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, everything. I gotta remember all these little things. We're doubling up right now, so I gotta remember. So like, follow, subscribe, share. Let everybody know we're doing this weekly. We're giving you content like this. We're giving you people like this. Always having on. Always working to be better. This is Pocket Watch Podcast. Thanks for coming and tuning in for another week. We got Keysha here.
As we already said.
I like this episode. This is good because this is like a highlight, right? Not a single mom anymore. Hey, right? But has the single mom life. Is he here?
Yeah, he's over there. I'm like, do not bother me. Go over there. This was here with the TV blasting, and I'm like, okay, just go to the room. I'm gonna be doing a podcast.
Yes, I appreciate that. Yes, perfect. But knows the single mom life, started her own business. I really like the a lot of people want to start clothing businesses, right? Like, I feel like t-shirts, stuff like that. Like, that's one of the businesses that everybody maybe tries before they realize clothing is really hard, right?
It's really hard, especially like making it yourself and studying it and having to do. Not many people know what goes into the process before it goes onto the clothing itself.
Yes.
And I'm also branching out to a boutique. It's like bringing wholesale materials, which is another whole new ball game. But I think that it's really hard. But I think that not many people know the process.
Yes.
And how. Oh yeah.
Yes, and it was cool too. Because like me and my buddies, me and Zach, we've talked about it before. Like, yeah, let's find somebody like an influencer and we'll put a logo on something. And it's hard because clothing has nothing to do with business, right? It has everything to do with branding and niche and what quality are you providing that this other clothing business cannot provide to you. So that's what I find really cool about what you do. You touched on it. You make your own clothing and stuff, right?
Yeah. I make my own clothing, and I'm a fashion designer. I studied fashion design.
Ooh.
I did. I originally started with marketing. I have a minor in political science and marketing and business administration. I started with that. I had like a year left, and I was like, 360, I want to do this. It has been my dream forever. And I'm like, I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to go for it. And I think that the key is just go for it. I mean, just go for it. How would I say it? You can't just keep this norm of, okay, I'm going to study this amount of years and I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. You have to do what you want. You can't just be pressured by society, and that's how I am. I really, really love fashion. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And I think I was 9 months pregnant when I started studying fashion designing. I remember I couldn't even make my own dresses. I was like, this.
Really? So you moved to Puerto Rico, and then so like what? Once you graduated high school, you said you went to go into what for schooling?
Oh, I graduated high school, and I started in psychology. Psychology. I branched out to. I was gonna study to be a lawyer. Actually, I branched out to. I changed my major for political sciences, and then I went to marketing. And after that, I stayed there because I wanted to do fashion design. In my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to study marketing. And then I'm going to sell the clothes, make the clothes. And I actually self-taught myself on YouTube how to sew.
Really? How to sew?
Yeah, that's how I started. I was like, one day I started with headbands. And then I was like, I think I could make a shirt. And then I started doing a shirt. And then I started doing sets. And then the rest is history.
See, that's dope. Because it's funny because I feel like stuff like marketing and things like that are things like it's more of a talent than it is a science. I don't know. But it's good to go to school to learn the science of marketing, right?
Yeah, I think I believe in school. I think we should always have knowledge is everything. It's the only thing that we always going to keep our knowledge. But I think that school's not for everyone. And school definitely, you can't just be like, okay, I'm going to study. I'm going to be a doctor. No, I mean, you can be the most intelligent person and you can have not even finish high school. Like it's more about the will that you have and what you want to do with your life and the career path that you want to take,
100%.
And when I decided to do it, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I don't care. And the marketing, the point that you were about being more about talent, my brand, I'm sorry, you guys interrupt me. I talk a lot.
Go crazy.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. No, you're the star right now.
I will start talking. As the Latina in me, I will not stop. I'll be like, okay, my brand is my name, my clothing, but I'm also my brand.
Yes.
That's what I try to do with my, because I have a whole bunch of pages, but I try to sell, like if I'm your friend, like I'm trying to sell myself and I'm trying to sell my clothing. Like, okay, a dress, if I'm gonna make a reel or a video, I'm going to do a get ready with me, or I'm gonna show you what I do. And unconsciously I'm selling you what I'm wearing, because let me tell you how many people ask me, I sell things that I don't even sell, like what hairbrush do you use or what something, and I'm like, social media marketing is real. It's real. Yeah.
And I like to that point, I like some of the stuff you do because to the relatableness of it, right? So I will say you do a great job. Like that's why people like me or Zach should never start a clothing company, because we can't brand the way you're branding. Like you make it look very much fashion, like very much mystique. Like you have those reels that portrays that. But then at the same time, what I really love what you do too is like you'll get like this beautiful scarf, not scarf, but material, right? And you did your own design on it and stuff, but you show the girls like, hey, here's how you get ready in 5 minutes. Like as a single mom, or like you got a kid and you got to get ready for work and this and that. Here's how you get ready in 5 minutes. So you could do it this way. You could do it this way.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really cool, was like that she uses like multiple ways to wear like different items. Like one item can be multiple things.
Versatility. I mean, I try to make the most out of one piece, because I know what it's like to be a single mom, and I know single moms out there, and I want to relate. Sometimes it's really hard. We don't have enough to take care of things, and I have help. Like my parents are there, my family are always there, and I try to make, for example, if I make a black multi-way top, there's 60 ways you can wear it. You invest in this piece that is so versatile, and you can make so many different things out of it and keep it on a budget,
Yes.
And it's my prices are somewhere that in between. It's not super, super expensive because I know how hard it is to be a single mom and want to look cute, want to look fly, and it's different, you know?
Yeah. And I like too what you do because there's that, right? Like I'm not somebody that would buy. I could buy my clothing, your clothing for my fiance or something like that, right? But which is super dope.
I think you could pull it off.
Yeah, well, but I do like too because what you show from like the woman's perspective, right? Like not every woman has your body type, right? So then like you're showing different ways to wear a top. So it's like girls with little boobs, girls with, you know what I mean? Like things like that guys, like we can never tap into that, right? Like we don't ever, but like you're showing them different ways, like different body types could wear the same piece, and it's really cool. You're not stuck to.
For me, inclusivity is 100%, and I think I don't do it enough. I mean, I want right now. I'm trying to branch until 3X, 4X, like bigger sizes and smaller sizes too, because it's not only for bigger sizes, smaller sizes.
Yes,
I have that are 2X small or 3X large, and I make custom pieces for them too. And it's so important for you to have a piece that will go with everyone, every single size, because I think we don't see in the media enough normal sizes, normal body types, and it's so important. And that's why I thank you guys for giving me a voice and somewhere that girls don't have voices that much here in social, you know. And I think that it's important for us to accept this is our body and we have to take care of it, love it how it is. And I'm not going to change my body to fit into something. I'm going to wear something that fits me and is my body.
Yes, 100%. I love
Beautifully
that.
said. Yeah, that was great. That was greatly said.
I love that. Men don't get that same. I'm just playing.
It's a bare minimum. We don't get it. You know,
it just doesn't either fit us on the torso or no.
Hey, you ain't talking. You're talking to Gordito over here, bro. I'm short and fucking stocky, bro. I gotta get all my items custom made. Like my pants, every single pair of pants I got get hemmed, bro.
Yep.
Because I'm short and stocky, bro. Always has to.
Yep.
Shout out to my girl's grandma. Abuelita, I love you.
Hey, you gotta fit all this thickness into a nice little. I want you to cup this cheek. All right.
Wait, what? That's not what a hem is, bro.
I'm sorry. So, I want to kind of talk about some things because just like you've been following us for a year and some change now, we've been following you and you've been going through some cool things. First off, was first like a year ago, your social media content is just as good as it is now. So, were you just instantly good at that and the business kind of followed, or how was that process when you were starting it out? When did you start it out? Also, by the way,
I started. Okay, this is a long story. Like I'm gonna make it brief.
Yeah.
I started when Hurricane Maria hit. It was a few years ago, like 2017, something like that. I did not. I posted pictures and everything, but I started as trying to do a makeup artist. Like I was trying to be a makeup artist. I was like, I'm going to do content. I'm going to do some. I was already studying, but I knew I did not want to study what I was studying. I stopped studying in Hurricane Maria because, you know, it was devastation here in Puerto Rico. And I started as doing makeup. And I started promoting myself as makeup. Reels and TikTok did not exist at this time. It was just pictures. You just you got
old, Keysha. I'm just like, go ahead, keep going.
Okay. And then I started as that, and then that's when I started learning how to sew, and that's when I started with the headband business. At the beginning, I didn't do videos or anything. I think I was like 2 years into the business when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a video. Okay, but I didn't even talk in my stories. I was so scared. And then I would listen to them and I was like, oh my God, you're so whack. Like, shut up.
It's hard. It's a vulnerable thing.
Yeah, we were like that when the podcast. When we first started the podcast, it was so hard to hear us talking. We're like, whoa, this is so cringy.
We sound weird.
No, I can't. But then I built the courage up to, and my mom is my biggest supporter. Like I would put a video, she's like right here. I just showed it to her and she would like comment. She's like, oh my God, go girl.
Yes.
The mom.
Shout out to the moms.
Oh yeah.
She's with my kid. My kid's probably like, "Where's mom?" But yeah.
Oh my! I want to say too, just knowing you from middle school, right? So this is cool because, like you were always, I feel like a timid person, right? In middle school, like that was one of your struggles. I feel like
nobody believes anymore. Nobody believes me anymore.
See?
I've always been.
Yeah.
Everybody says shy. I'm like, I've always been shy. See, tell people that I was shy.
See, I remember one of your best friends, like Anna Shell, right? Where she would always be like, "Bitch, you gotta talk to this person like this," or Lishan, right? Like, you gotta, bitch, you better.
Shout out! I love you guys. We still are in contact, and they would always push me. They were like, I was always so shy, and they were like, always do this, do that. I'm like, girl, no, I can't.
But look how you develop. Like, look at the person that you're becoming. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's like your natural tendencies, I think. But it's like, if you want to do something, you can push yourself to do what makes you happy and stuff like that.
I was very shy. I was very like, I would never stand up for myself. I've always been this type of person that I was like, okay, something happened to me. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say anything. And I think that even when I started my brand is when I reached out, like I woke up, I said, but it's been a process, but you can do it. I mean, you just have to risk it and be outgoing and not give a fuck.
What were some of the risks involved in starting your business? Like, what do you think were the riskiest things that you struggled with starting that business?
I think, well, when I started it, I didn't know. I had to quit my job, and I was like, I didn't have time. I was a teacher's assistant, and I had to quit it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And as soon as I started posting, I was still working at the job. I posted on my personal Instagram, and I was like, hey, I'm doing headbands, I'm doing this, and that. That post, I got 80 orders out of that. And I was like, whoa. This is people, like, they want this.
Yeah.
Like, started, like, not many people were doing headbands, but I started on a good time because it was summer. So everybody has to put their hair up. I mean, it's very important for you. If someone's starting and if it's watching this and is starting a business, it's very important for you to have a solution to a problem, right? And an objective. And the solution to the problem, it's summer, you put your hair up, it's hot. In Puerto Rico, it's a tropical island. And that was the solution. And I had so many orders. And after that, I was like, whatever. And when I had my kid, the risk was obviously I became a single mom. And for me, sewing was my therapy. Like I was sewing every day, and then I just, with my kid, I would be like, I breastfeed him still. He's almost 2. And I would be here, and I would be just like sewing away, and him here. And now that he's big, he tries to sew with me.
Oh,
that's cute.
Well, he's like on the titty, like, I'm just no, that's super cool. No, and oh my gosh, shout out to you. So, like, did you go to school to learn that, or did you just kind of come up with yourself as far as you're selling a solution to a problem, not a product?
Well, I learned that when I started Tia. I got trembled up. I don't talk English at all here, so I'm like, oh.
That's okay. We need more culture on this podcast. Anyway.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
The selling a solution instead of selling a product. Did you learn that in school, or?
One thing in marketing, you have to sell a solution. When you're selling something, you have to sell something that is going to solve someone's problem. Because if not, what's the point? Like,
you're not going to.
Yeah. Like right now, I sell clothes because people have to wear clothes. Like, I mean, like,
right.
If it's the problem is it's hot. I'm going to sell you the wraparound thing that you can wear for many things. Like you can use it as a bathing suit, a top for hanging out. It's a solution that you have to come up with in order for you to sell and be successful with this product.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I love that. 'Cause that it's almost like these marketing degrees and stuff should be a lot shorter. There shouldn't be so much fat around it, because there's just there's a couple science things to it, like that is a great thing, where even if you have the talent, if you don't understand that, then you could be working with one arm behind your back. You know, you don't understand that you need to sell them a solution, even though you guys could be selling the same product. One person's selling it like it's all about quality, it's all about this, and it's like Keysha's in the back like, no, it's hot outside, girls want to put their hair up, this is the perfect time to put the headband line out, you know, or the quick top thing.
Yeah, this is why the TikTok culture is such a trend, and all these reels and all the hacks. They don't do any videos and all these TikTokers, because they're for funny. They're making people laugh. They're giving a solution, a hack, all these recipes that come up from TikTok. How many things have we bought from TikTok that we don't need?
Right.
Like, everything is so fast and so quick now that something that's supposed to last your attention for an hour, and now it's like minutes. Like, it's so fast, and TikTok is another world.
But that's true, though. I will say, like, that's a good point. Like, if you don't learn that shit in school, how about you just take a look at what's going on TikTok? And it's like everything is like the DIYs, here's how you can make a gourmet meal in 10 minutes. You know, like things like that. It all lends itself to, it's trying to solve a problem, and that's the stuff that people start liking, and it goes viral and stuff like that.
Yeah, TikTok is another university at all. Like, the whole ballgame, it's so difficult. But you know, it's about consistency. All these content creators, you have to be consistent. I mean, you can't post and then ghost for like 2 through 3 months. You have to be consistent in everything. Now, social media, if you're not consistent, people are gonna get bored. They're gonna be like, "What, girl?" or "What are you doing?" I ghosted for like a month. Because my baby was very fuzzy. A whole bunch of things were going on in my life, and I come back, but now I have to be on top of my game, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, she's just gonna go away now again." People are gonna be like, "Okay, she's not professional, she's not consistent," and consistency is the most important thing in creating your small business.
Yes, 100%. That's why we record weekly. 100%, because
it's
like,
hard, man. Sometimes.
How do you prove to somebody that you're constantly working on this? This is a priority to you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Consistency is the only way. Yeah. So I commend you on this, right? So this is a big reason why we're having you on. I think clothing business is an interesting thing, right? Because you got to get more things right than other businesses, right? Like, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that we've had on and stuff that know the business side, and that gets them by on running a couple businesses and making a lot of money. The clothing industry, though, I feel like is the one where you got to hit some other pillars, right? Yeah. And you're hitting it on the social media marketing. You're selling the mystique-ness, the fashion. Like, you look very fashionable, like, and you're catching, like, it's like a Vogue shoot whenever you do your reels, right? It's great. And then you're selling a solution to a problem. Yes, like, it's perfect. And so with that, I kind of want to ask, are you still working to, like, fund that dream a little bit? And B, what is the next step for you? Like, what do you think is the next step for you right now?
Well, I'm working on branching in other areas. I'm gonna branch on menswear, and I'm gonna branch.
That's dope.
That's dope. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
This is the first time I'm saying this with Mr. over here, but yeah, we're gonna branch out. And the next step is a physical boutique. Like, we're gonna
storefront.
Like, I think I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years. Like, it's a long time, and now I think it's time. And thank God I have the funds and to do it. Like, it's the next step, because me selling on social media is great, but me selling one-to-one, I love that. I love selling one-to-one. I used to go to pop-up shops with my headbands with a box. I would go and be like, "Hey, I have headbands. Like, in my college, I would take the box with headbands and I would sell. I was not scared to sell wherever. I would take that. I don't care if anybody was looking at me. I'll be like, hey, headbands, $8.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a different revenue stream right there, because you can still do exactly what you're doing right now, but then you're doing the in-person storefront type vibe, like the boutique vibe or whatever. Like, yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Like my dad, I don't know if you guys know this, he has a solar power company, and I work there. Yeah. And one of my biggest inspiration is my mom and dad, because we come from poverty, and here in Puerto Rico, like, we didn't have anything, like, and they overcame that. He started working as security guard. He started working as all these 9 to 5s. And little by little, when we came back to Puerto Rico, he was like, I'm going to start my own business. And he did. And now we have 2, how do you say that? Tienda, 2 stores.
Yeah.
And I also work with him as administrator over there. And we sell solar power systems.
Nice. So that's okay. So that's good. You're doing a job to fund your dream, but it's also the family business. That's double plus.
Yeah, my dad's like, she's the boss. I'm just the one with the with the face on it. Because I do social media for him too. I do all kinds of things for that too.
Cool. Heck yeah. So, and I asked what was your next steps, and you said the boutique and stuff like that. I think that's a great idea. That's awesome. That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's really cool.
How did the website help you? Because you opened up the website last year, maybe a year ago now, huh?
Yeah. And I'm working on it now again. I'm rebooting it again, because I'm gonna make I have a new collection coming out. I'm working on it, and a new products, and I'm rebooting it. But it helped me because not everyone is going to DM you to ask you about a price.
Yes.
Not going to be like, oh, hey, not everyone is as outgoing to write a DM. So you have, let me see, you have your whole catalog on your website, and people are just going to go like, let me just see this. Go, and then you see that, and then, oh, let me see this other thing. Let me see this other thing. And when you know that, you have an order.
Yeah.
It's easy to get people to see your product, and it's easier for you to have a catalog, so that maybe they won't buy in this session that they entered your page, but they're looking.
Yeah.
And they'll remember the next time you put a reel, they'll be like, hey, oh, let me go see if they're still available. Oh, here, it's available. Let me buy it. And then you got your order.
Awesome. For your website, are you trying to like add like email lists and everything with it too, or no?
I send emails, and if someone abandons their cart, like I send, hey, your cart is abandoned, and I send emails. I send when the collections launch, I send emails to all the people that are on the email list. Like I was when I said I was gonna get it, I got a lot of emails in the PR on the PR list, no, in the email list. I was like, oh my.
That's cool. That's cool. And then for like your webpage, just for like if anybody's listening that's interested in maybe trying to start something like that, are you going to like a Shopify platform, or what kind of platform are you doing for your business?
For small business and clothing business, and specifically, it's very user friendly. Shopify. Yeah. Shopify is very user friendly because it has the whole package already there, like the shipping thing, the money, everything. It has the payment method, and it has things so easy to work with. I did my own thing, and I had help with a few graphic designing things, but I put my own products and everything. Like, it's so user friendly, and it's not the monthly. I think it's like $29, or that you have a fee that you have to pay.
Nice.
It's not bad. I mean, for a good business that you already want to go for a next step, I think Shopify is a good. And
did you see like an increase in orders and stuff when you opened up the site?
Yeah, because people still write me for DMs if they're like close by, but it's much better because not like nobody is gonna DM you. And I got like I think like maybe like 25% more orders, and that's a lot.
Yes, and you're talking about what, $29 a month? You know, like for 25% increase in sales. Hell yeah,
that is perfect.
That's worth it. Heck yeah, and it's true too, because it's like even somebody like me, right? It's like. What if I want to buy something for my fiance or something? It's like, I don't necessarily want to just DM Keysha about this and this and that. Let me just check her site. It's up there. Like, that's a confrontational
I agree
thing.
too. I'm not a big person like reaching out to somebody. I'd rather just go on like a website and just buy whatever I want to buy, kind of thing.
Put the platform out there.
Yeah, it's easier. It's like you don't have to talk to anybody. You just like buy. It's like online shopping. Like you go to for example, you go to Zara and you want to buy something, you go and you add and you just buy it. That's why I did the website, because it actually gives you a little bit more professionalism and it looks more put together. Like, okay, I have a brand, I have a website.
Yeah.
And also, another thing about the website is TikTok. Not many people on TikTok follow you, but if you have your website linked to your page on TikTok, and for example your video goes viral, they're gonna go see what you sell, and you can get sold out like that. Yeah, and that's how so many people on TikTok. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to boost myself.
So what is your process? Like, what is the day-to-day of running your business, right? Do you have to look out and try to find different fabrics? Like you said, you're working with different boutiques for wholesale prices on fabrics and stuff like that. How do you go about like stocking what's already on there versus coming up with new stuff? Like, what is your thoughts on those?
Okay, I there's two different things. There's my boutique and my atelier, that is the custom made original pieces. My custom made, I use fabrics. I sometimes buy them online, or I go to my local fabric store and I buy them. I always buy a lot of fabric, but having a boutique, you have to have exclusive pieces. So I only make 3 pieces of every color, every fabric. So I just buy the exact amount that I need for the 3 pieces, or the sizes. I only use one size. One piece by size. For example, if I have this one, you're only gonna have 2 small. After that sells out, I'm not gonna sell it anymore, because that's what you want to sell. You want to sell exclusivity. You want to sell something that nobody else is gonna have. Yeah. You know. And for my boutique, I use exactly the same thing, but I use wholesales. And I look for them online. Or I would like one day to branch out and actually travel, or either to New York or Los Angeles, to get clothes and bring it over here to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Oh, so you do that, or you're planning on doing that?
I do that, but online. But I'm planning on going. I have to go, because it's not the same thing, you buying the clothes and actually seeing the material. And I'm very picky about that. I buy clothes that I would wear. I don't buy for just selling. I buy clothes that I know are gonna last, because you have to wear things more than one time. I don't believe in just wearing it one time and putting it away. Yeah. I like buy clothes that I can wear so many different ways and still it looks different. And I want good material that lasts and you can wear it many times. Yes.
I think that's one of the like key things with your line and what you do is like it is there's the exclusivity that you kind of keep up and stuff, but that's the main thing. Like, I think it's funny because like everybody could kind of relate to like, oh, did you wear that outfit last weekend? Like, you can't really post pictures like that, you know what I mean, or whatever. But it's like, yeah, no, I could wear the same piece different ways and it's fine and it works. You know, it's just the color or the material that we're talking about. It's not like the fit or whatever.
That's what I try to do. I try to make reels that makes so many different ways, and it's like, okay, you can wear this so many different ways and it's gonna be a different outfit every time.
Yeah. And the reels, you put effort in. Can you show us your studio right now, your little lights and everything that you got?
I don't have it on because I put it down to the light, but what I just showed you.
Yeah, show us that, because this is awesome. This is phenomenal. This is what it requires. Yes, you see here.
Yeah. Here are all my materials. A little mess right now, but these are my fabrics and all the things that I wear. This is like my sewing machine and all my things over here.
Yes. So is that like your little room just for all that? You do your reels, your sewing, and everything like that?
Whole room only. It's bigger than that, but I'm not gonna show you the mess because creativity is a mess. So
Yes.
I have to go up. I was doing some things before, but yeah, it's a whole room. It used to be just my bedroom, but I made my bedroom in the back. I actually constructed a little more so that I have my bedroom in the back, my laundry, and I have an extra room, and the kitchen's over there with the living room over there.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that's beautiful. So I want to talk about too. Has there been any like pitfalls? Has there been any moments where you want to question what you're doing, and you're just like, you know what? Because it seems like you do have other avenues, right? Your dad has a business and stuff. Like you could get by. You could do very well in life outside of doing this business. Has there ever been a point where you're kind of questioning what you're doing?
Yes, I think that it every week, you as a small business owner and an entrepreneur, you question yourself at least twice or three times in a week.
Yes.
Like you just feel like, why don't I just go with dad and just sell systems? Or go to a 9 to 5 or go back to teaching. Like it's sometimes when you put so much effort into a collection or something and you don't see the amount of selling that you think that you're gonna sell, and you're like, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
But I have to remind myself that I have to keep making and I have to keep creating and I have to keep going, and I'm like, something is gonna stick, something is gonna be boom. O sea, it's hard because you just have to keep going, and sometimes it's just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I think about my kid. I think about that I want to be a voice for women that are trying to make it without having to work a 9 to 5. And I just keep going because I have people that think about quitting and they send me a DM. Oh my God, I love what you're doing. And I can be crying right now. And they send me that message. I'm like, oh my God, I have to keep going. Like,
Hell
this
yeah.
is, like it's these little details that I'm like, because being a mom is hard. It's hard. It's the best job I will ever do, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And when I feel like that, I just think about how far I've come and the following that I have, because I have a little bit of following on Instagram, but it has not come easy. It's been 5 years in the making, and it's still work every day.
All good though.
And we're right back to it. So I love what you said there, because one of the big things that I think about, like, because I got a lot, like, just these guys here, even some of my other buddies, always talking about, let's start something, let's start this, let's try that, let's do this. And what's funny is the only things that actually like stick and the things that you could actually pull through, because no matter what you start, you're going to have those moments, right? Like even with the podcast, we'll question it weekly, right? Like, fuck, are we really doing this? Like editing, there's all this, whatever. Why? Why are you doing it? And if you could get to a why you're doing something, that's the base, that's the foundation you need to start something new.
Yeah, definitely.
You need one reason. You just need one reason. You just need a motive, and a good motive, and a way of feeling fulfilled after. Like I just like a single like or a comment, I'll be like, oh my God, I did this video. Are people gonna like it? Or I did this dress, for example. Are they gonna like it? And when they're like, oh my God, it's fire. It's this. That's all.
Yes.
I'm like.
Because the reality is, like you said, not everything you're putting work to is going to give you the expected result. So you got to find something that's going to give you that satisfaction, that gratification outside of the result, right? Or else you're not going to make it.
Not everybody has the same mind. Everybody is different. Yeah. And not what you like is not going to be the same thing that I like. And
Definitely.
You have to be versatile and try to. You can't please everybody because that's impossible. But you have to branch out and try and hit it, and something is going to stick, and something is going to make you feel fulfilled, and it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool. I feel like I was, for a majority of my life, I feel like I was kind of raised by a single mom, and I don't think that she was able to provide me some of this experience that you're getting right now, right? That you're going to be able to give Liam, which is really cool. You know, like growing up, like giving him those types of conversations and that type of mindset that's, man, like a lot of people might miss that because they didn't have a father in their life or something like that. But it's like you're going to be able to give him all those experiences, all those conversations, no matter what he does. It's like you can say exactly that and it applies, and it's a great thing, and that's awesome. I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, I think that it's very important for him, Liam, to understand that he can do whatever he wants, but he has to. I think that he's got to do his best, and he's got to be the best at it. Like, you can't do something half-assed. Like, if you're going to do something, if you don't want to study and you want to be a business, you have to do it with all your, with everything you have. If you fail, you learn, but you have to risk it. Like, and if you want to study and he wants to study and he wants to be a doctor, do everything. I will support him in everything, and that's how I was taught. My mom and my dad are still together. They've been together forever, since 12. And my dad and he's very smart, and he's one of my role models. As long as my mom is very independent, and she's the sassiest woman you will ever meet. And I that they were very those pillars in my life that taught me that if you're going to do something, I will support you, but you have to finish it and you have to do it. And if you fail, at least you learn, and just have a plan B, like do something else, but you can't just quit.
Yes.
You know?
100%. We'll start wrapping this up.
Before I wrap it up, I think I want to ask you a question that I think a lot of people are going to be wondering. The shirt that you made, I think, is pretty obvious, but did you make that shirt?
Yeah, this is from my boutique. Yes, it's a dress.
Oh, it's a dress?
That's nice.
I was gonna wear. Yes, it's a dress. It's in my last post. I have a video about it with different types of of ways to wear it. So yeah, this is from my boutique. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I love it. It's really cool. I like the shoulders, how you have like a little puff on it. That's really cool.
Different color flowers too.
I'm a very girly.
Because look, it's right up here.
Yes. No, you're just getting compliments from guys that have no idea about women's fashion. I just find it funny. No, it's really cool. For those of you that don't already follow, what is it? All Things or Shopkaypr? That's your main account, right?
That's my business. Yeah, that's my account. Yeah.
So that's the one we'll put.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
All Things PR is another thing that I'm gonna make. I'm going to make personalized things like with a cricket. So it's another thing, but I branched it out because now I want to make personalized things, T-shirts and everything. So,
yes. Okay. Perfect. Hey, Zach does good printing and stuff if you ever need. That's how we do the podcast stuff.
Yeah, we got like a bunch of equipment for like everything, so we could do like full color transfers and everything like that.
We can do a collab too. I love that.
I saw too. Let me know. What's the new stuff that you're doing? It's like a print on or like a
right here. This is it's like a print on. It's like a little bag for school because now it's back to school. So I'm gonna be like, okay, we have to sell that. So it's like a little decal. It's like
a vinyl cutter you use, right?
A vinyl, and then it's pressed on, and I put a little bit of heat, and it stays on.
So beautiful. It's like the big 34-inch cutter that we have, the big vinyl one.
Yeah, so you got it already. She's like, I got it covered, buddy.
And I was gonna do this, and I was like, when am I gonna do it? So one day I was like, I told my boyfriend, just record me, do this, and then I just posted it, and I got like 4 orders. I was like, okay.
Hey, shout out to your boyfriend. He's a nice little papi chulo too. So like when you start the men line, that's the guy that should probably utilize. You could use him as a model for sure.
stealing his name too, and it's a whole process. It's a whole process.
What's his name?
His name is Jorge Vadi.
Ooh! Yeah, that's perfect.
It sounds like
That almost sounds like a exclusive line
Yeah.
name.
The last name it's gonna be, oh my god, I hope it's gonna be Vadi Menswear. I have anywhere. But yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome. That's dope.
You're hearing it first here on Pocket Watch Podcast. You're hearing it first.
Speak.
Going straight to write this out so they don't steal my name.
It's copyrighted. It's copyrighted already, guys.
No, I already have it copyright. You can't steal it.
Yes. Perfect.
Technically, you saying it on a published date is actually a form of copyright, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
So yeah, there you go.
anymore. I haven't.
Doubled up. So is there anything else that you would like to get off before we kind of close this?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for letting me voice my opinions and for having a girl on this podcast. More to come, and I'm so proud of you guys. You guys have come so far, and I think this is a full circle, and I love what you guys are doing, and that's it.
Yes. Thank you. We're definitely going to start focusing on getting more women on the podcast. I feel like we had great episodes when we do.
Past,
so
Yeah, it's really good. Because sometimes it's like we don't always have the outreach that we usually need for that. You know,
Get it, yeah.
it takes intent. It takes intent. We need that. Because people think I'm a sexist, so.
Yeah.
So Cruz is definitely the sexist on the podcast if you listen consistently.
Get girls the podcast. That's it.
Word. So we'll close this out. This is Pocket Watch Podcast. We do the weekly success and failure. Since we're doubling up right here, we'll kind of skip this out. We'll put the highlight on you. So monthly, weekly, yearly, since this is your one and only time, what success and failure would you like to kind of point out?
I'm gonna start with the failure. I think that let me see. I think that does it have to be with my business or
Anything
in general?
Sometimes as a mom, I think that not meeting as my Liam's routine. I'm trying to get him to sleep better, and that's kind of like my failure right now that I'm working on because he doesn't sleep at night. But my success is branching out to all things Kai and also the menswear that I'm working on it right now. So that's like this week that I already started, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. It was this week that I started it. So my.
That's the perfect balance right there. That's the balance. Yeah. It's like that's the hard part of what you go through. It's like balancing the mom role with the
business.
Yeah.
I don't envy you.
That's rough. All right, that's it. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, and you have a good night. Thank you, guys.
You too.
You as well.
Bye. Thank you.
Go put Liam to bed.
My mom's and put him to bed. Like, hopefully he sleeps. Bye.
Watch out.
Bye.
What do you mean doing? We gonna do our weekly success and failure on this one?
We got something? Do you want to do it?
I mean, we can.
Recording stopped.
Unless you guys don't want to. You guys want to skip out on it?
I think I could pull something out real quick. Let's be quick. We'll be quick.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
that was a dope episode.
We just doubled up, guys. So it's gonna be.
We it was good that we got a girl on the podcast. This is good. We need more women on the podcast. We're definitely gonna work more on to getting that. I might even ask my mom to get on here one of these days. I think she's got a little something that she could talk about.
History, yeah.
And she's listening. What do you say history for? Is she old or something?
Oh,
she has more experience than us in the world.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I'll go weekly success for me. I'll say would be I got to a point where I feel like I'm definitely striving for more and I'm hitting my resistance points, but I've been realizing recently like I'm in a really good spot and it's due to all the uncomfortable conversations I've had all the pushing and stuff that maybe people thought I was doing too much or something like that.
Yeah.
It's due to that. So I like to say like pushing for more helps to get more, obviously, right? But it also helps when you hit those walls because whatever you get, all those little inches you kind of bring in or whatever, it adds up. and at a certain point, you could be okay with hitting a wall for a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Weekly failure, I'll say again. Gosh, bro, I went to Universal the other day, and one of my buddies kind of pointed out. He's like, "Oh, you got a fupa coming in, bro." And I was like, "Oh."
That's my weekly failure.
Hey, man, it's enough. It's enough of this shit being a failure. I think, yeah, like I'm in between semesters right now, so this is the perfect time to build a new habit. Mm-hmm. So as long as I could build it into a habit, I know I could continue that whenever shit starts getting a little more stressful and stuff. So that's my failure. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah. So my weekly failure success this week, my failure was going to be kind of the same thing, but I want to actually add on to that just because of I have been working out, but also on the downside of it, I've been eating like shit too on top of it, which is a really bad mix, man. Because like I said previously, like if I'm not working out, I try to eat a little bit cleaner and vice versa. But like lately, I've been eating like shit. I have been working out like I would want to and stuff like that. So that's definitely my weekly failure. I would say my last couple week failure. But my weekly success is that lately I've actually been trying to work on my patience a little bit better. Because I feel like I have like a short patience with a lot of different things, in different aspects of my life. I feel like sometimes I have a short patience on different things, and I've been trying to work on that more and trying to like not let things affect me as much on like patience wise for that. So I feel like that's like definitely my success because I feel like I've been doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, that's dope. My success would be. I've been changing for the better. Like I said before, a couple weeks ago, I've stopped taking my medication. I've been drinking. I've built better habits that are starting to reflect. And, I'm less introvert. I'm becoming more outgoing, which is, more beneficial. So I feel like that is my success because, that used to be detrimental, I feel like, to me.
Yep.
And the failure would be kind of where you guys fall in, man. Sometimes, I've been doing good, but... like today in specific, actually, and usually one day of the week, I'd be fucking going ham on food and sweets. I just need to stop. Like it's like bad, like so I need to get my eating habits under control.
I've been eating more sweets, which is something I don't usually I normally wouldn't do, but I've been finding myself like, I'm like I eat food and I'm like, I want something sweet now.
Or some shit.
Ice cream, like some chocolates, and the worst part is like normally I would just like kind of like nibble on whatever I had in the house, but I've been finding myself buying things. I go to like a gas station, I'm grabbing a drink, and I'm like, let me just grab let me grab a cookie or some shit, like that. And I'm like adding sweets, and like that's something that I definitely need to not do because sometimes like when I say like, I'm eating bad, it's usually just me like eating fried food or something like that. But I've been eating like sugary stuff lately. And that's like something that's completely a different ball game, which is not normally what I do. And that's something I definitely need to like cut out because I've been finding myself lately. I'm like, damn, bro, like you're eating a lot of sugar. Like you need to like not do that.
That's
like,
where the killer is. The fat foods are fine. But
exactly.
Like, the killer
is
and
that's the thing because like I always liked sweets, but like I've never been like somebody who would like eat it a lot.
Yeah.
And so like, I found myself eating it more often now, and that's something I definitely need to like.
Facts. Kristan put soda into my life, and it's like it took a long time for me to start liking it a little bit, but now I'm finding myself like opening
addicted to
cold can of Sprite and shit like that. I'm like, fuck.
And like I always tell my girl this. I always get upset. Like I hate drinking my calories.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna have something sweet, or I'm gonna have some calories, or I'm gonna have like something like that.
Or a brownie.
Exactly. Like I want to eat the fucking sweets. I want to eat my calories. I don't want to drink my calories. So for me, like, sometimes soda is good, but like I don't like. No, I like to go for soda because I'd rather eat a cookie or something instead of a soda. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. You guys want to add anything?
That's it, man. Thanks for tuning in for another week. We're coming back to you with another one. Hopefully, it's gonna be another guest. I think it is because next week we got some shit planned. And thanks for listening, man. Share, comment, subscribe, like,
follow.
We got some stuff coming through. We're working on some stuff.
All right, guys. Paco, watch out.
Out.